So I want to say, first of all, that this Zoom tonight is not about like setting some big goals or evaluating really anything like big. It's just to acknowledge what you did over the last year and to take some reflection in that. And so I love doing that because I want to also encourage you to, I know for me, I also think about what can I do differently going into a new year. Um, I know last year I felt like I took some baggage from 2024 into 2025 and it just did not make for a great 2025. So I know that this year something I want to change for that is I want to let go of anything holding me back in 2025 that may hold me back in 2026. And so I decided to do a few things and I'll share that with you guys. I saw a few ideas on Instagram and so I'll share that with you at the end. But I want you guys to think about something that this year taught you. You can share it if you want to, you don't have to, but something that this year may have taught you. Something that I like to do is, I used to journal. I've stopped journaling. I'm gonna pick that back up in 2026. I've actually been on Amazon today looking for like a notebook. Like I have my notebook for my Bravenly notes and all that, but I want a notebook specific to journaling. Like when something comes to my mind, I want to be able to write it down. When something comes to like when I think about something or when I'm trying to hit a goal, like I want to be able to write that down. So I'm buying a journal just for that. So also, like I just said, release what you're letting go of. So maybe I'll go ahead and talk about this now. So I want to show you something that I am doing this year. I've not done it yet, but I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought a plate. Well, actually, it was $1.50, but I bought a plate. And I saw this on Instagram. Um, and I got a permanent marker and I wrote in 2025, I'm letting go of. And I wrote down, I'm not done with it yet. But I wrote down things that I want to let go of, and I'll share a few of those with you. Worrying, things that I cannot control, procrastination. I am horrible about procrastinating on things. That's just a thing that I need to stop doing. I need to let go of that, and I need to be better about my procrastination. Um, Fear, holding myself back. Um, Imposter syndrome, if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, that is when we don't feel like we are worthy of our accomplishments, or maybe we are, not feeling what we don't look at ourselves the way that other people do. So anyway, I'm gonna take this, and the idea is to throw it and break it because you're releasing that. Now Billy's like, you're really gonna do that on the ground? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in a bag and then bust it. That way the bag collects the pieces of it. So that's just an idea. Obviously, it's a metaphor. I'm excited about it because I don't know. I think it's gonna be very fun. I'm excited about it. So that's just an idea. Um, but one thing that a lot of, comparison, I think I even wrote that on here. Yes, comparison, unrealistic expectations for myself. Those are some things that I know that some of us deal with. Um, Pressure, the pressure that we put on ourselves to perform, to hit goals, all of those things. So think about some things that make sure that you release all of that and leave it in 2025. Leave it behind. That's really important. And so we don't have to carry everything forward just because we carried it this year. So please understand that. If you carried it this year, you've carried it long enough. Leave it behind. Leave it here. Okay. Um, so keep, okay. And I want you to understand if you have, and I'm going to go into some detail on this too. So, one thing that you are open to carrying into the new year, maybe you had something that served you in 2025. Um, I think it was a tough year for a lot of, according to a bunch of like quotes and reels and stuff I've seen, it was a tough year for a lot of people. But I want you guys to take something from 2025 and think about what you might carry into 2026. It's not, it doesn't mean that you've got it all figured out. It just means that you're open to carrying it forward. And like I said, if it's something that you don't want to carry, you don't have to carry it forward because you've carried it long enough. Um, so I just want to I'm going to go into some more detail on this because I feel like this is big. And that is your word for the year. So in January of 2025, I chose my word for the year, and I chose the word overflow. Um, Overflowing of abundance, overflowing of prosperity. I knew I wanted to live in overflow. And I even put it on my vision board. I was actually talking to Diane today. You don't have to put your word on a vision board. I always like to just so it's there. But this year, I've not even shared my word of 2026 yet with anybody. I don't even know if I've told Billy, but so you guys are the first ones to know what my word is for the year. So I have prayed about this. And I'm not kidding you guys when I say that this word has stuck out. And I'm like, that's such an odd word for like your yearly word. If you have never picked a word, let me just tell you this. I encourage you to pick a word for the year. Maybe you've never done that. Maybe you think that's weird. If you pick a word, you're going to, in one way or the other, I feel like at the end of this year, I was like, okay, I look back on overflow and I'm like, I feel like maybe it was overflow in other things anyway, it, I want to I'm trying to explain this the best way that I can. So it's not about picking something trendy or something like not just pulling a word out of a hat. Um, it's more about feeling like picking something to anchor yourself to really just pull yourself to, and that's what you're going to anchor yourself to for the year. And I will tell you, when you do that, like I feel like I have for this word that I have, that actually I feel like has chosen me. It isn't something that you have to achieve. It's not based on your goal, but it's something that you're going to let guide you. So my word for the year, and I am going to try my best to keep it together, is unafraid. And I have seen that word everywhere. Since I have like declared it, and and I was like, that's gonna be my word. And I have seen it everywhere. And I was like, unafraid. That's so odd of a word. But then I started really like pondering on it, and I started kind of doing some research on it, and I was like, I have shared with y'all, like I went through some things over 2025, and it's kind of a continuation, unafraid to what I was like, unafraid to what? Like unafraid to do what? Um, so unafraid is not, it's about more about being steady. It's about having a steady courage about myself, being unafraid to lead, being unafraid to have courage, um, being unafraid to lead differently, being unafraid to step out. Just I felt like it anchored myself in a lot of ways. Um, and just being unafraid to just go all out in all the areas of my life, and not just in the business, but in all areas. And so when I look back, I chose to homeschool the kids. Thank you, Shar. I chose to homeschool, and I was like, I go back and I was like, I was unafraid. Of course I was afraid, but looking back now, it's I was unafraid, unafraid. So anyway, that was my, not in a loud way, but I'm unafraid to trust myself. Um, so anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get emotional. I do plan on doing like a post about it at some point, but you guys are the first people I'm sharing it with. So, but here's some like gentle ways that you can find your word. If you're looking to find yourself a word, ask yourself, what do you want more of this year? What do you need more of? What do you, not what do you want to do? Like not something that you want to achieve or do, or not goal based, but how do you want to feel? What do you want to feel more of this year? Um, your word should support you, not put more pressure on you. So like think of an anchor, it is supporting the boat, right? It's going to anchor you for the year. Um, what did this past year teach you that you're missing, or maybe that you are looking for? So it could even be a reflection of this last year. Sometimes the word that your word of the year is the opposite of what felt heavy for the year. So maybe you had a heavy year. Maybe you need to find a word that is the opposite of that. If it felt rushed, if your year felt rushed, then your word might be rest, because maybe you need to be rested. Maybe you need to rest more in 2026. I'm just giving some examples. If your year felt tight, like if it was tighter than if 2025 is like a tight year for you, maybe your word needs to be abundance. Maybe it needs to be prosperity. It just really think about it. Um, and then don't overthink it, because if you're like me, I overthink everything. Don't overthink it. It came to me and then I prayed on it and I was like that, and I kept seeing it everywhere. It will kind of be like one of those things. What word keeps coming back? The unafraid kept coming back and kept coming back and kept coming back. And I was like, okay, that's going to be it. Often the right one is the one that keeps tugging at you, keeps nagging at you. Even if you don't know why, you may not know why. Like when unafraid, I was like, I don't know why that's my word. You may not know why. You may not know why until June. And it may hit you like a ton of bricks and you may be like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's why. Just like I may not know exactly why that's my word right now, even though I think I do, but just know that everything will be revealed in its time and when it's supposed to. And it can change. Your word can change. You might pick a word, you might stick it on your vision board and you'll be like, all right, that's my word. And then in March, it may hit you that that's not your word. And you may keep seeing a word over and over again. And God may be like, no, that wasn't your word. I'm giving you a new word. That is okay too. It can change. You might have two words for the year. That is okay too. Okay. It can be quiet and simple. And just remember that your word is not a goal. It's not your goal. It's not anything like a personality trait that you have to prove to anyone. It is just supposed to, um, it's just supposed to anchor you to yourself. And it's not supposed to pressure you. Like I said, it's just going to give you permission. So, and I want you to think about this too. When things feel overwhelming and you can come back to your word, would it look like to choose this word today and think that's enough? Like, I know when I chose my word overflow, I was like, I'm gonna have overflow in everything. And I came back to that. And every day I look at my vision board and I see overflow, and it's like in water, it's in an ocean. And I think to myself, I don't know that I lived up to that word in 2025, but that's okay. Um, I'm just gonna let it go, and that's okay. But I did say, I had actually, sat with Unafraid a while, and I was like, why Unafraid? Because sometimes you need clarity around the season that you've been in. Maybe you have a word for a season and not all year, and that's okay too. So think about that as well. And then also, I also want you to think about you can have um, more than one word, which is what I said. And then I think that's all I have on the word. But I want to talk to you guys really quick. Hopefully, this wasn't too scattered, because I want you guys to reflect on this year. I want you to try to pick a word for 2026. And then I want to show you guys something. Rhett, can you bring me that box right there? Um, Something that I got myself, and it's on Amazon. It is I don't know if you've seen this. It's called Dig Deeper, and thank you. It's just inside then out. There's a black one. The black one is a daily one, and I can't remember what let me unblur this real quick. The black one is a daily one. This one is undated. So this is a guided journal, and I bought this for myself. So you can see those are like the different topics that's going to be throughout the journal. And I kept seeing this on TikTok, and it gives you all throughout it. Each day you write the date in here. And then each day it's going to give you a prompt. So like, for example, this one is, what do you want to start doing more of? How do you want to be remembered? So you can, what are you committed to this year? What boundaries do you need to set to better focus on your goals? Like there are tons of different ones in here. But the other one, like I said, I think it's called Better Every Day is the other one. It is dated and you have to do it every single day. And I didn't want to have to commit to that because I was like, what if I miss a day? And then I freak out because I miss a day. So that's just how I am. So anyway, I wanted to let y'all know about this. I'm really excited to start this. I didn't want to start it until January. There's another one. Let's see, like some of them I think are going to be hard. Like, were there times in your life when you felt like you were on the wrong track? Describe what that was like. Um, what do you think your purpose is right now? Like, but I feel like, I don't know, part of my 2026 goal is definitely digging deeper into my why behind the why of why Bravenly. Obviously, why I know why I'm at Bravenly, but I mean my why. And so I think this is going to help me tremendously. But I also wanted to share with you if you're coming on January 10th. So if you've never done a vision board before, how many of you have never done a vision board before? Okay, so we have a few. So, okay, sure. Hold on one second and I'll show you. So I was at Hobby Lobby the other day and I was like, I'm just going to knock this out real quick. So I am going to bring, let's see, I bought some sticker packs for, obviously a vision board can have whatever you want on it. I bought some cute little like, I don't know, like girl boss things, stickers. These cute little Stanley tumbler stickers, the alphabet, wait, the alphabet. These are just some fun little things. There's like some mushrooms and skate. Oh, there's like really some random things here. And then there were some, I got these at TJ Maxx. There's just some like cute little quotes. Anyway, literally, I will hold on a second. I've got a whole post I'm gonna do about vision boards and I'll put a picture of mine in there. But I also bought these that we can use. I like bought some Christian quotes, Bible verses, and then like my goal in 2026 is to do some more traveling. And then this is to do with my homeschooling. So then what you will do is, or what I do is print out, Pinterest has some good ones. You can even go on Canva and just print, like type in, I don't know, like if your goal is to pay off some debt, you can type in the Pinterest erase debt and it's got a cute little erase debt, thing. Whatever it is that you want to do, I know like mine and Billy's goal for 2026 is EVP. And so I will do like the stickers, like a EVP on there. Like I said, I'll post it in there. Um whenever I do the post, and I'll find some more examples of some vision boards that it can be as big as, so all you'll need to bring is like, if you want some personalized stickers, bring those, and then your actual board. So like I know some people do them on bulletin boards, some people do them on a poster board, however big you want it. I know like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Walmart has some, um, however big you want it, bring that, and then your actual pictures that you want on your vision board. And I'm gonna bring some more quotes and stuff, and then I'm gonna bring some construction paper and stuff like that. I'll have several pairs of scissors as well. Um, and then I also found this cute little thing. I hope that it blows up with just air and not helium for the table. It's just a balloon. It's like the 2026 balloon, and it has like stands that actually blow up too. So I thought this would be cute for the vision event too. So, but Char, so I found this on Amazon. This is what I use for my planner. It is a Sadie Robertson planner. And I actually, if y'all know, do y'all know Crystal Bierman? She's under one of the sisters. I don't know if y'all follow her. I saw her using it, and she was talking about all of the scripture and stuff that is on like the different tabs. So I looked into it, and I needed a new planner anyway. And I think it was in September, August or September is when my last one ran out. And so I got this one. But I love like, yes, I will share the link. I love this one, and it goes all the way through, yeah, it's December, I think. But it has notes, it has a folder, and then it's a I like the it's the weekly one. I thought about getting a daily one, but it's this one. So I'll see if I can find it on Amazon. It should still be on Amazon. I think that's where I got it at. But yeah, this is what I love it. And yeah. So I looked for, actually I was gonna do a giveaway with it at one time and I couldn't find it. So maybe it's still there though. So I'll share that in the chat. But I'm gonna also do a post when y'all know if y'all are coming on January 10th, so that we can figure out what snacks we want to bring, since we will be there through lunch, and all that, and we will get some stuff planned. So I'm super excited. Hope y'all are excited about 2026. We've still got a couple days left of these promos. Y'all make sure y'all are sharing those. I had someone respond to my story and say like that she's a customer, and she's like, that brand partner deal is amazing. And I said it really is. Like, she's a customer, but she said I might look at signing up just for that deal, because you're getting the whole kit plus 3 free products on top of that. Um, so anyway, but if y'all have any questions, reach out. I'm still pulling numbers, checking numbers. The back office is down for a while yesterday. But let me know if y'all have any more. Like I said, I'm going to post this about the vision board event, and share some more details on that, and then share some examples. Because I know sometimes, like if you've never done one, it's hard to picture it. And then I'll also share a picture of mine in the chat as well. That way you can kind of see and kind of get a look. So, do y'all have any more questions? Thank y'all for hopping on with me tonight. I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye, guys.